This gun was graciously provided by airsplat.com. If you want to know where to purchase this product for yourself, check the direct link down below in the video information. Hey guys, Jarek here. Welcome to my review of the R4 MP7 AEP. Now, I already covered the H&K MP7 in my KWA MP7 review. If you'd like to know the history behind the real firearm, click on this annotation, leading you to my KWA MP7 review. If not, stay here. The MP7 is designed by a German company called Heckler & Koch, or H&K for short. It went into production in 2001 as a direct rival to the FNP90. However, they were 11 years late, as the FNP90 was finished in 1990. The R4 will come in a standard cardboard box filled with styrofoam. You'll definitely want to buy a better gun case if you wish to take this to skirmishes. Inside of the box you will find an instruction manual full of Chinglish, but it does have a full takedown guide, so I would recommend keeping it around. A 7.2 volt 450 mAh battery. I would recommend buying a few extra of these because the charge does not last that long. A trickle charger. I would recommend buying a better charger as always. A jam down type speed loader. And of course your MP7 with a 20 round low cap magazine. I would recommend buying a few 100 round mid caps or a few 190 round high cap magazines because those 20 rounds will not sustain you at all. The orange tip at the end of this gun is the easiest I've ever removed. It's just an orange cap at the end of a regular black flash hider. It leaves no glue residue after you remove it. The build quality on this gun is overall pretty good. Everything that needs to be metal, like the flash hider, rails, and selector switch, are metal, and the rest of it is made out of a thick ABS plastic that feels like it could take a little bit of a beating. I did notice one trouble spot though. There are some large seams on the grip, and the grip is kind of creaky. I don't feel like this is just going to break itself, but this definitely is a little bit of a cause for concern, and I could see part of this breaking or splitting apart. Plus it just creaks so loudly. Pulling back the charging handle reveals the hop-up unit, and this is where you start getting into some of the negatives of buying a Chinese clone. Quality control is dodgy at best, so you never know how good your hop-up unit is going to be. It might work flawlessly, or it might have an imperfection on the hop-up nub, making it spin permanently upwards no matter what you do. In my case, the hop-up was not exactly that great, and it was very inconsistent, but I've handled quite a few of these, and some of these have worked great, so it really is luck of the draw. True to the MP7 design, the fire selector switch is completely ambidextrous and can be accessed from both sides of the gun. The same can be said for the magazine release. And the bolt catch, though it's completely non-functioning, but it is there, so that's a nice touch. When the grip is folded out, there is a little bit of wobble, but it won't fold back in on its own, and it does lock into place fairly positively. To fold it back up, simply pull down on a tab and push it back towards the gun. The MP7 features pistol sights and rifle sights, both of which are fully adjustable. If you don't wish to use either of these, simply remove the sights entirely and add your own optic to the rail on top. The stock is only a 2-position stock, meaning it's either in or out, but it does have minimal wobbling and locks into place very positively, so you don't need to worry about it folding in on its own for no reason. Inserting a battery into this gun is very easy. Simply push a button underneath the barrel and pull the front half of the gun off. Push the battery into the top section of the gun right above the barrel with an arrow facing upward towards the sights. Put the front half of the gun back on and you're ready to go. This is such an easy process that you can easily do this on the field, and you might have to because, as I discussed, the charge does not last too long on these batteries. In fact, a pretty common mod for this gun is to rewire the gun to either a Tamiya or Dean's connector and put a full-size battery on a PEQ box on the rails outside of the gun. My chrono results were interesting. This gun usually averages around 230 feet per second, and that's what you should expect, 230 feet per second. but due to having a low quality hop-up unit and compression issues, I was getting just under 200 FPS. Like I said, quality control will be a problem, and consider this one of the worst case scenarios. The RPM was unaffected, however, at 750 rounds per minute. With a combination of a lower velocity than usual and a shoddy hop-up unit, I was struggling to hit a target just smaller than the human torso at 70 feet. I can confirm that when this gun is working as it should, 100 feet is its max effective range. You're simply not going to hit anything past that without pure luck. If you were using a Tokimuri model, you'll be able to hit targets much farther away than that. Why do I mention this? Well, this gun is 100% Tokimuri compatible, meaning if you wanted to replace the hop-up unit in this gun with a TM hop-up unit, you will see a great improvement in performance. Though accuracy with this weapon at range is not really your biggest concern with this gun. It's best suited to CQB or as a secondary for a sniper in woodland games. You're never going to use it as a primary in woodland, so within about 50 to 100 feet is about the maximum ranges that you should need to worry about. And within those ranges, it typically does a very good job. So what's my final verdict on this gun? Well, if you have a bit more money, I would recommend buying the Tokimuri MP7 AEP instead, as the quality control will be consistent and you are going to get a very good gun for the amount of money you are paying. But I know not everyone is made of money, and the Tokimuri costs at the very least $100 more, typically much more than that. So if you're on a budget and you want an MP7 AEP, I would recommend this gun. Just note that you might have some quality control issues and you might have to replace a few things with the Tokimuri parts. It is a Chinese clone and it will only cost you around $90. For what you're paying, that's pretty good bang for your buck. That about sums up my review of the Well R4 MP7 AEP. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.
Oh! What? Why? I was just running behind you, and for some reason my elephant just attacked. I didn't push anything.
Oh god, it's hostile.
This is probably the least healthiest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is the ultimate elephant ear. Usually it has vanilla ice cream, but they ran out of vanilla, so we're using chocolate ice cream. It's starting to melt, so it kind of just looks like someone took a giant shit on top of an elephant ear.